I
And you
believe
can
we are
still hear
live.
me properly, yeah?
Yeah, we're live now.
Welcome to another
Hi guys,
episode.
welcome to another episode with oh, Mint on card and Reeled In, and we'll be discussing Invincibles season 4, sorry, episode 6 and 7.
Cool. So starting off with
So,
episode 6.
what do you guys think initially of with 6?
Yeah,
I
I
like
enjoyed it.
I liked it, especially the first half of it. Um and I think what I kind of thought in the back of my head was going to happen kind of happened in that first part, because I know a lot of people was like, oh, Oliver, like he's got no business going or whatever. But I was just thinking to myself, like, actually, him going into space and being part of this is probably going to be something that will just like be the making of him, or like help him
If
get
he
strong
survives,
if he survived. Just it would be a good. He was better off going than not going. But yeah, I did like the part where him and Omni Man were like spending time together.
I'm telling you, man, Invincible is the Omni-Man redemption story.
Maybe,
Second,
maybe. I said maybe, maybe. I mean,
With 6,
hmm? What?
I agree. I do kind of like how it does kind of give a little bit more like reconciliation between Oliver and the Omni Man in a way, but it also kind of shows that like, well, realistically, Omni Man still has like a long way to go, in terms of like a full reformation of his character of who he was, because like in a lot of the things, it's like 1,000 years of indoctrination under like the Viltrumite Empire, and we've seen how they treat their kids and when they come of age. Um, I don't know. It's it does, and I like as well that it kind of does play off of the high beats of like the high points of the previous episode, like when they're going back and forth, and and Oliver says to him, "Oh, I heard what you said about my mother," and I actually had to pause the episode. I was like, "Oh, well, let's see where this goes," because that really like caught my attention, because I feel like he had a good moment in the last episode. I think most of them had some very good character moments, like with Debbie, especially. But like this one kind of really like emphasizes, goes a little bit more deeper on that,
What
and
didn't make
whatnot.
sense to me was the fact that.
And you can really tell that like
Are you still
go
speaking?
on.
is
I
there a
feel like
delay
No,
on
no, I
this?
said go on.
there was a
Continue.
delay on your end or something. Can you hear me, Philip?
Yeah,
It might be
Billy?
my connection, maybe.
yeah, I feel like you've got a delay. But while there's a pause in the conversation, I feel like in the grand scheme of things, Nolan's come a very long way in a very short period of time. The dude's nearly 1,000 years old, and people told him you did wrong, and he's like, "Yeah, I've done wrong," and he's doing a lot to rectify it. Like some people, you can tell them you're doing wrong, and if they live like 65 years or whatever, it takes them X amount of years to like, I don't know, and then stuck in their ways. But considering how long he is, when what he did with Debbie and Oliver's mothers happened, and the way he's trying to make amends in such a short period of time, for him, that's probably like 5 minutes. He's come round to thinking like a human.
Nah, do you know what it is? I think a big part of that is his time on Thraxar. Because remember, they're like, the factions are like, we ain't got time to hold grudges.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Their short lifespan. So he's because the thing that kind of shocked me when in season 2 was just how quickly he had got married and formed a family, and now he's fighting to save this family from his own people when he had 17 plus years on Earth and couldn't come to that conclusion. But I'm starting to get it now a lot more. I'm starting to kind of understand. Not this. I'm starting to kind of understand how he's being shaped, and it is starting to make sense the way it's gone about going it. The one thing that didn't make sense to me was Oliver kicked up a stink in the episode before this one, saying, "Oh, Dad left and he didn't even come to see me." And then in this episode, he's telling him how he overheard him talking to Debbie. So I'm just like, so you was in the house when he was there and you didn't go downstairs to see him. So that didn't really make sense to me.
That made sense to me. You hear children do that all the time.
What do you mean?
Because he was upset that because he thought that Nolan had left again, and he said he didn't even come to see me, but he's in the house and you know he's in the house, but he doesn't know you're in the house and you didn't go downstairs to see him. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, because he spoke to the mom. The mom cussed him out and told him to get out. He didn't have a chance to ask him.
No, I meant Oliver didn't go downstairs because Oliver knew he was in the house if he heard him.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense to me.
It does, because when he went in there, the conversation was not amicable. There was no love involved. It was pure hatred on Debbie's side. So the boy's just listening to what's going on, and she told Omni-Man to get out. He could have come down and interrupted the argument, but children don't always do that.
I don't know.
A lot of times they don't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to say, yeah, I can hear you. My thing with that is like, I feel like it does make sense because when parents argue, right, in instances, usually a child won't get involved, right? They will probably just stay to the side. They'll still be listening, of course, and that stuff does have an effect. But in the instance of like Debbie's argument with Omni-Man at the time, or Nolan, is just saying stuff that she thinks he wants to hear, right? He's not really thinking about, okay, how are my words gonna have like a consequence, or who could possibly be listening to like my to this is going on. So naturally, from Oliver's end, when yes, his dad didn't come to see him, but he still has that like, what's it? But that little bit of hope for him, if that makes sense. Because when Nolan did all of that stuff in Brooklyn, no, in Chicago, he didn't want to believe it. He was like, oh, well, maybe he's not so bad. And then when he comes back down and he doesn't see him, it's okay, maybe they were right, like, and whatnot. But then when you say, oh, yeah, your mother was a mistake in this damn, and you ever hear that, of course, naturally you're going to snap or lash out or something. So, like, I don't know how else he was really supposed to react to that. Because, how does he know he can trust or he believe anything that Nolan is saying?
Yeah, but when Nolan was saying that stuff, that was into the conversation. I would have thought that the minute he knew he was in the house, he would have just rushed down to see him because he's not seen him. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't always go that way. And I know from personal experience, it doesn't always go that way.
Because again, it's like when two adults are fighting, the kids don't immediately go down and rush in between it. Like, no, their natural response is just to stay out of the way, right?
And not only that, that's the first time he's probably heard his mum talk like that, and it's towards somebody that he's been told murdered X amount of people in Chicago. Like, what? I don't know if I want to go down and get in the middle of that.
But he wanted to see him.
Yeah, you can want to see someone, but if there's a
he's
high
wanting to see
tension
him under like a
situation,
pretense of a better situation than that.
yeah.
Like, if your mum and your dad are arguing and you haven't seen your dad in a while, why would you jump in between while you're like screaming at each other? That's not really like a good time. Plus, he's old enough, or I think mentally old enough for sure, I think, to know when the time and the place for certain things. There's no way he's gonna have this whole catch up thing in the middle of that argument.
And if the dad is psychotic, how do you know he's not gonna delete the mother or delete you?
Yeah.
Do you understand? He for all he knows, Mark would have been like, yeah, he was within one punch of turning my lights out for good, and he decided not to. That's somebody he raised. He didn't raise Oliver. Do you think he? So if he's hearing that conversation and he's like, well, if he's gonna smash Mark to pieces, I'm not even close to Mark's power levels, and he doesn't know me like that.
I don't know that Oliver would be thinking about it on that level. And if something dangerous was going to happen, I think his first instinct would be to try and shield his mum.
But the thing I'm saying is,
I can agree.
you're saying I don't know how he wouldn't come down the stairs. But I'm saying likewise, he doesn't know that Nolan might smash him to pieces. Do you understand? We don't know. We can't say for sure he should have come downstairs or he would have wanted to. That's what I'm saying.
What did you guys think about Omni-Man making that burial for Conquest?
It's respect for a warrior, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's that simple. You see it in all types of action movies and TV shows. Even if you don't like the person, you honor the the craft.
Goku did it for Vegeta or Namek, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, they're from the same culture. They understand
Conquest probably would have buried
that instance. Sure.
Yeah, he probably would have buried Nolan.
He did all that shit, and they literally
see it all the time. You see it in like cowboy movies as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I just didn't. I didn't know that they would take time to consider doing something like that for not Nolan and them. I mean, the creators. I didn't expect them to do something like that for him. I would have just thought they would have just moved the storyline on. But that was.
But the thing is, for how highly he was rated as well, like that's, you know what I mean? That's that's somebody that in Nolan's eyes earned the respect of a warrior's burial, isn't it? Like he did a lot for Viltrum.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, is there anything else on the planet while they were training that we want to discuss?
In theory, Oliver came. In theory, Oliver got better. I don't know how much he got better, but he did improve.
Oh, are you talking about like combat skills, or are you just talking about character element?
Combat skills, character element. I don't mind him. He's a young boy, innit? I don't mind him. But
I think he's less annoying in this season than the last one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you know how much I disliked him when he first came out. But it's hard to say, because I learnt my lesson with, say, Star Wars, for instance. Like when Ahsoka first came out, I couldn't stand her, and now she's like one of my absolute favorite Star Wars characters. And then they tried it again with Ezra, and I still don't like Ezra. He grew he grew less annoying, but still don't like him. And the same with like Naruto. Didn't like him when he came out, but apparently he grows as well. But I couldn't finish that show. So yeah, Oliver's he's all right. You know, like when he was high-fiving what's her name? Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, he's all right. He's not one of my favorites. Someone's got a TV on in the background.
Someone's got some background noise.
Real Din needs to wheel it in.
I've muted him. He must have walked away. Yeah, so basically, I think what a better way to heal their rift than them doing that father-son stuff together. And it's not even like they were doing it with them two and Mark. It was just them two. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So
that was the best thing. That was the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, and it wasn't all fighting. It was like hunting. It was fishing. It was meditating. It was like, you know, doing that whole holistic thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that was good. The second part of the episode, I felt kind of rushed to me when they were doing the invasion on the planet. But now that I've seen the last episode, I'm kind of glad they did do it that way.
Mute him again,
so we could kind of get it, huh?
Mute him again.
Why does it keep on?
Can you still hear my background?
Yeah.
Yes. I can't even remember what happened in that fight. I was surprised that Optimus Prime was packing guns like that, though.
Yeah, but didn't they show that in episode 7, not episode 6?
Nah, that was because he was fighting like that in that episode.
Yeah, but did Oliver see? Because
Oliver didn't see.
Yeah, because the only reason that sticks out in my mind because I literally just watched episode 7.
Yeah, I just watched it just before this one,
and that's why he was like, "What's he gonna do?"
He must not have seen him fighting.
Yeah,
but in that episode, he was arms in.
He was, but I didn't expect him to be still looking like he's in his prime. I was expecting him to have like a belly.
Now, Freddie Mercury, to me, seems like he's trying to be like cool and calm and collected, but he might be more mentally unstable than what I thought Nolan was.
Just based off episode 6.
Yeah, like
the prey into the skull and all that.
The obsession with the skull is one thing, and just like I don't know, it's like his voice is trying to like be the way he talks. He's trying to like talk kind of calm, but I don't know if he's just bluffing his way through being able to lead these guys. Because I don't know.
Yeah, some of the decisions that he's made, I feel the same way as you, to be honest. Like either, and I might be repeating what you said. Either he's bluffing or he's tapped.
Yeah.
Because some of the decisions he makes, I'm like, really? Like, really?
Now to me, when I saw that battle happening on that world, and Mark and Oliver must have like just flown through the mothership and that was it. That was the end of the mothership. I was like, this is feeling a bit kind of rushed, but I'm thinking to myself, at what point is this guy going to jump in and start helping? Because
that's what I thought.
He just however ship with this dusty old skull.
You know what though?
He cared more for that skull than the other Viltrumites, it seemed to me.
He did. And that's not even out of character with any Viltrumite though, is it? It's survival of the fittest. But you know, going back to like all the old Kung Fu films, like the master never gets involved until like the last 10 minutes of the film. So It was always going to be that way. I was a bit concerned that he wouldn't live up to the hype because a lot of people been hyping him up, especially like people that have read the comic.
Mm.
They're like, you don't know about Thrag, and I'm like, I like Queen, but I don't like Queen like that. But yeah, and then even as far as like the boss that just stands around looking menacing, I still wasn't getting chills the way people get chills. Do you know what I mean? Like even Nolan is like shook, and I'm just like, but you're Omni Man, and I know power scaling and you know all that kind of stuff is just an easy way to let people know how strong somebody's supposed to be. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a Omni Man fanboy, and I'm just like, is this Thrag dude so far above Omni Man? Do you know what I mean? I wasn't getting that. But you know, if we chop the episodes in half evenly, and we just finish up the episode 6 in the next 10 minutes, or even move on to this and give episode 7 more time, then you know I'll give more opinion on Thrag as of episode 7. But up until episode 6, do you know what I mean? He was like Thanos in phase 1, like all talk and what is there to be excited about?
Yeah, what's going on?
Like if I'd never read comics, I wouldn't have thought Thanos was anything based on what they were showing in phase 1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there anything else for episode 6 you want to add, Malik? Hello? Oh, he must have stepped away again.
No,
is there background noise?
No, but you must have a delay or something.
Pretty much touched on everything.
I feel like your replies are like coming in,
but I feel like it does kind of make sense because
Malik, why don't you come out the studio and come back in again? Exit the studio and come back in again.
Invincible. In the meantime, who do you think's having a tougher life, Mark or Oliver?
A tougher life.
Yeah.
I don't know that we see enough of Oliver to be able to determine what other stuff's going on in his life that is tough, but he's the
As
only one that's
on the outside looking in.
Probably, yeah, it seems like it's probably
the approach his terms are very generous.
Man.
Seems to be
What are you?
I have recently helped.
All right, say that again because I didn't hear.
Yeah, from what we've seen, I think Mark, but I think Oliver is. Yeah, I think Mark is probably having it a bit harder.
Yeah, I feel
like he feels as though everything's on his shoulders.
Yeah,
like he doesn't feel like he can just switch on and just switch off and just play a game, but Oliver does.
Yeah,
but Oliver as well.
Is this any better?
That's
yeah. He turned down a touch though.
Hold on. Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I just wanted to say, yeah, pretty much touched on most, if not all, of the stuff from 6. Um, with Thetis again, and his bit of the fight with the coalition come down. It is kind of nice to see. Well, one before that, it is kind of nice to see the coalition, push the Viltrumite Empire back. Gives like the typical, give the hero some like hope. And then when they get bombarded on Telestria, I think that's the name of the planet. Like, with how old Thetis is, I'd expect him to be like, you know, able to fight, or at least be as strong, like be somewhat strong, or at least top 3 on their side. But yeah, um, I don't know, but it still kind of just highlights more that like some characters seem to just be able to do more than others. Like Tech Jacket, I've heard they are supposed to be significantly stronger than they're showing right now, but like every single time she's getting like dragged through buildings and stuff and whatnot, just helpless unless Alan is there like to save her. But
Maybe she had her glow
that's
up
my
yet.
last real thoughts on that. Really,
Maybe Tech Jacket is Goku or Namek, where like maybe Alan needs to get duppied and then she awakens.
Yeah, maybe. Part of me was thinking, does she have this type of combat? Does she have that kind of experience?
Don't look like it, because from
It doesn't.
looking at her gear, whoever she was fighting on Earth was like low tier, like low, like, do you know what I mean? Like low diff for her. Now she's fighting for her life.
Threats, do you know what I mean?
And other people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. But sometimes they typically do.
I feel like
characters, don't they? They like nerf them, don't they?
They should have just.
Malik, have you got a lag again?
Yeah, but I feel like it might be my connection. With her stuff, I'd imagine they would have done like some sort of collaboration between her suit, like a collaboration between her suit and then Space Racer's gun, and just in a way that would at least give her like the upgrade she needs to be able to fight like the rest of the Empire, which sort of goes on into what happens in the next episode. But we'll discuss that like when we get to that point.
But really and truly, Tech Jacket in space, what is the difference between Tech Jacket in space and those people that the technology came from in space? Do you know what I mean? Like what is she bring? What can she bring to the table that they can't already do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's an anime trope. It has to be a young teen pilot.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Right. So, should we move on to episode 7?
Yeah.
Right. So, I think this episode starts where Fade Optimus Prime says, "Look, if we try hit Frag now before he's met up with the other Viltrumites, we've got a chance of like taking him out before they can regroup. And without him, they'll be leaderless and they won't have anything. They won't be able to all get organized. They won't be able to mount a bit of a threat." Phrase like that, I was kind of thinking to myself, well, is it going to be not is it going to be that easy, but like, is that strategy even going to be feasible in real life to actually get that close to it before the others get there? But it seemed like where the last episode ended, they just must have just got on the ships and went straight after him without no delay.
It looks like it.
Now, Malik, is this what you've been waiting for?
This is everything I've been waiting for.
You got to get rid of the background.
This is why I watched the show, but I was not ready for what came next.
What?
He wasn't ready for what came next. I almost turned it off, after the first 5 minutes.
You know what? I said this is I said this is exactly what I was waiting for, but I wasn't ready for what came next.
Why did you say you almost turned it off?
The same thing I was complaining about last time we went live. I turned the show on, and then some black dude gets mutilated like almost immediately.
Oh shit! Yes. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. I thought they was past all of this shit, man. But then it just come back again, didn't it?
Yeah, I almost turned it off. I was like, I'm tired.
Actually,
But then
on that top,
and then when they then I was like, all right, let me watch it because we're gonna talk about it anyway. And then Freddie Mercury was like blah blah blah. And then just people are just like brutalizing each other. And I'm just like, this guy's an idiot. Like, he's the reason there's only a few of them left. Forget anybody else. He's the reason. They're all brutalizing each other. And then to be fair, there is a lot of black people in Viltrum and also other people of color. And then once they finished, I don't know what they were doing, so whatever the orgy of violence was, at least there was like a couple of black dudes standing. So I'm like, all right, they didn't like wipe them all out. Do you know what I mean?
It's like,
but he was the first to go, and you're like, I don't trust you. So he was the first to go, and then
what happened? Because he cut off his head. You saw the head roll down the stairs, and you saw the body laying on the floor without a head.
Yeah, like I'm tired of that trauma porn, and like what? And it might start to sound political and moving away from just anime, but what kind of message is the director and the animators and the producer trying to portray? Do you know what I mean? Like every week, it's just like brutalizing black people.
There was a couple of things in that scene that pissed me off. The first one where the head got chopped off. Then there were some Viltrumite kids. Yeah, there was a black girl, a white boy, and I think another white girl or whatever, and they jumped the black boy.
Yeah.
Is this any better?
And all three of them.
It's still a bit loud, but it's better. And they love to 3v1 people. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Can I just touch on something real quick? Actually forgot. In episode 6, so like you said, like they kind of emphasize the brutal, like when people like get brutalized, like people of color.
Can you turn the mic down a touch?
Part where, hold on. Is this better?
Or stand back from it a little. Yeah, that's better. Appreciate you.
All right, yeah. Yeah, so there was a scene actually where where they do the time skip or the time lapse of the coalition pushing them back.
Yeah.
Of course, they got Battle Beast on their side. Now, they emphasize the brutalization violence. And the one person, the one Viltrumite they put against Battle Beast, like, is also like dark skin. So you kind of actually know. I didn't really try to think it before, but the more, like I said, the more I see it, like the more it's like you can't really like deny it at this point. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not 18 anymore, so I've seen a lot of this. You know what I mean? And it gets to a point where you're like, how enough is enough, isn't it?
Mm.
And it's almost like if I keep watching Invincible, I'm either numb to it, and I'm clearly not numb to it because it's really irritating me, or I'm supporting it.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Because I've asked myself this question when it's come to Dragon Ball Z, if I'm totally honest. Because when you look at some of the animation, when they do bring in black characters, it's like they're taking the piss.
Yeah. The rubber lips, the gollywogs. you know what I mean? The low status in the societies and all that kind of thing. And there's a lot of good media out there that doesn't have any of this in it. So
But
it's not a case of if I don't watch this, what am I going to watch?
do we know who that? I wonder who is the actual animation studio for it? Because I know it's a Prime show, but they must subcontract this out to an animation studio
I haven't looked.
that puts it together. I just wonder who it is.
I haven't looked, and maybe I should, and then maybe like cross-reference with like their other work to see if it's a trend.
But it's almost like is this their perverse sort of flipping wet dream or some shit? The way they do going about it.
Yeah, because you know, like everybody's got their idiosyncrasies. Everybody's got what they like. Like say like some artists will always put like all their female characters in like bunny suits, or somebody likes feet, or do you know what I mean? But it seems for this that they like to brutalize people of color. Like even in I mentioned it before, I don't know what we were talking about, but even in Black Widow's movie, like when Yelena was fighting the widows, it was the black woman that got brutalized.
I can't even remember that film.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but it sticks out. I mean, if you watch it again, you'll notice like some of the others get hurt or they might die, but for that one, it was gore detail. Yeah, man, it's getting jarring at this point.
As a little bit of comic relief, I suppose it was supposed to be, but flipping that Battle Beast guy where they're talking about what do you want for your last meal, and he's like, my meal will be
like
choking on my own blood and da 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 da, and I was like, flipping it, man, this dude, man.
That didn't, to me, that just seemed like on brand for someone that's like pure warrior archetype, Norse god.
Yeah, but he's next level with it. It's like for him.
Nah, they're all like that. It was just the way he worded it. They're all like that.
Yeah, but I think most warriors want to survive.
Nah. There's lots of them where
he wants to die on. He just wants to keep going until he's dead.
Yeah, and that's a trope where they want to die on the battlefield. You know them ones that talking about they want to go to Valhalla. Like the only way to get there is to die a glorious death in battle. So for me, it was just part of the course. It was expected of someone of battle beast stature and archetype. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, do your thing, because so far, Battle Beast has lived up to his hype. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He lived up to his hype, and I wouldn't expect him to say anything else, especially in the context of them talking about food and all this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm gonna choke on my blood and it's gonna be glorious. And yeah, do you, Battle Beast? Do you? I rate it.
I thought the ambush was pretty good. The way they were just hiding amongst the corpses.
Yeah. And you can't say they didn't have it coming either.
But yeah, man. So yeah, a thing that was interesting was when Nolan said to Thaddeus, look, yeah, I know you want to like take down the Viltrumites or whatever, but my kids are half Viltrumite as well. And Thaddeus sort of like gave him that look, and I was just like, oh, okay, how far is he willing to go on this quest? Is he willing to, like, once the main Viltrumite enemies are done, is he gonna just turn his game on any Viltrumite? Like, I don't know.
Well, going by
like that did cross his mind.
Possibly, but going by the flashback, I don't think he would. Unless he's like Lex Luthor level of of paranoid, I don't think he would, because he for him it was just like show
He
mercy on
needs to
people.
get rid of the culture.
Yeah.
Should I tell
But
you? Should I tell you who I thought was brave in that fight? When I say brave, when I say brave, I don't mean like brave in the conventional sense. Brave as in like, who the hell do you think you are? As Anissa.
Oliver?
Anissa.
Oh, yeah.
Because she kept going for fucking Omni-Man. And I'm like, love, are you sure about this?
Yeah, well, in my opinion, it goes back to how Nolan's mom treated Nolan, innit? Like contempt. It's not necessarily looking at the power levels. I think it's just emotion and contempt, where it's just like, you know, she couldn't beat Mark. What makes her think she did beat Mark. But you know, what makes her think you can fight Omni-Man?
I feel like it was for like the glory. Because like, you know how we got Thrag. Not Thrag, Dallas, they call him the betrayer. So anybody who is able to take down a traitor will have the honor of that or the glory that comes with it. It's the same with when Krieg came down to scare in the previous episode, and he was like, "Where's the betrayer?" And then because he thought he could handle him, but apparently not. He got beat up in an episode. He got beat up in this one too.
He got beat up, man.
He was getting flipping ragdolled in that last episode.
Yeah, I'm surprised Thaddeus just didn't murk him off.
Yeah.
Because that guy is weak.
Nah, but you know what though? He's Freddie Mercury's barber, isn't he?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
only the only reason why he keeps him around.
Yeah, because he's soft, man. Every time he tries to 1v1 someone, he gets ragdolled. And maybe it's because it's their culture, innit? They talk big, they attack weak people, and then when it gets serious, they 3v1.
Yeah.
They always 3v1. I'm just like,
but you know though, but doesn't that like a lot of those kind of like supremacist ideology people, they all do that shit.
Yeah.
They do. They never really fight one by one. Or especially if they think the person can defend themselves, or they're not sure that they can win on their own. They always do that shit.
As well, just touching it, like you said. Look how easy he got his arm snapped in like one punch.
Yeah,
like there was no way. There was no way. Even when he managed to go capitalize on, because he was like what he attacked. That's his weakness. No, when he got his back sliced open, and he tried to pull it open,
but maybe he hasn't been in the field for a while. Because
but what's that got to do with me?
But I get the sense he's more of a
diplomat,
more of a right-hand man type, get things done, like disseminate the orders type dude, not a guy that actually goes out and does it. He's like a project manager, isn't it?
Yeah, but what goes against your theory is they've got to fight for their position, so he's got to have hands. They've all got to have hands because it could be on site at any moment. But one thing, now that we're discussing Viltrumites and all this kind of thing, and the trauma porn, maybe the writers are backing us into a corner where it's like, do you really like Viltrumites as a viewer?
You're not supposed to like them anyway, are you?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're backing us into a corner. Like, the stuff they do, like how far can you go where you keep saying, yeah, I like Viltrumites? Because they're scum, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
I feel like that's already been like established, because at the end of the day, they are the enemy. I mean, I don't expect anyone to like genuinely like that kind of culture.
No, but
But
you can
before we
be,
go into it, we realise just how weak they actually are.
but you can be militarized. You can be proud warriors. You understand? And you don't have to be scum. You can be stronger or more tactical or more advanced than other cultures and conquer them. Yeah.
You think, but when we look at the real world examples of that and societies that have done what the Viltrumites are doing, they end up getting paranoid because of all the shit that they've done. They expect an uprising to one day overthrow them.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is let's take let's take um let's take Rome for example. Yeah. They they expand land, they build roads, they build infrastructure. Do you see what I mean? Like they make society better. And then and even down to like citizens, you can gain citizenship and you can live your life and you can mind your own business. You can choose to follow this religion or don't or whatever, yeah. But Viltrumites are just like scumbags. They just enslave everybody. They kill they eat their own, for lack of a better term, and they lie and they steal and they scrimp. And it's just like, do you know what I mean? It's like you're not, and then they convince themselves that they're better than people.
Yeah.
Like you just it's like the people with the gunpowder in it. One race militarized gunpowder and then started going around shooting people and saying they're better than everybody else. So like if Viltrumites didn't have super strength, what would they have going for them? Like what culture, what positivity do they bring to life?
It's the point. Like they're supposed to be the Supermen or Saiyans of this universe. I don't really. It's like I can't. I get it. They wouldn't really be much of anything, but it's the fact that they have these powers, or they're supposed to be this strong or this almost unbeatable, or quote unquote godlike, is to how they got to where they are in essence, right?
Yeah, and then
Because
but then what? Because if Battle Beast or a proxy for Superman, if anybody is physically better, all right, we know how it's going to end, innit? Flag's going to lose at some point, yeah. We know how it's going to end, yeah.
yeah,
But the point is, if these people come up against anyone stronger than them, then what? Do you see what I mean?
that's the thing.
Then what? Like at this point, I'm probably burying the lead now, but at this point, they deserve to have their planet smashed to smithereens because what use are they?
Their
Compare
decay.
what they've been doing to like other civilizations.
Yeah, because they're like
Remember,
survival
they're
of the
all
fittest.
under the mindset of
But it's to what
but
I
they're
think what
all
Philip's saying
remember they're
is
all
like,
been raised. Gone.
I think what Philip's trying to say is like to what end? Is that right, Phil?
Yeah, like for what? What? Like Thrag tells somebody what they're doing. Do you see what I mean? Like if I said to you, let's go, you're going to be like, go where? And I'm like, let's get in the car and drive. Like, drive where? Do you understand? Like, what's the end goal?
Look, from the time he set off that that mass murder thing at the funeral, the decay had already say the decay, but the decay of their
It is. The decay had already set in.
The decay of their thing had already set in because what did that actually achieve?
Nothing. It thinned out their ranks, and for what reason? Because they had to go out and procreate. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why when we were discussing episode 6, and I said we'd get onto it, like this guy must be tapped because you're gonna say, "Oh, the betrayer killed us off." At the dude's funeral, they killed off more of them, and then they had the bright idea to go and procreate with other species, not knowing whether they would be as powerful or even if they could sustain life for as long.
Yeah, they're just fumbling in the dark.
Like the guy's an idiot. He's actually an idiot. Yeah, he's got fast
Listen.
reflexes,
But
and
listen.
but beyond fighting, what can he do? He can't lead.
Is he a clone of Argyle?
Listen,
Who cares? Because if he is a
don't
clone,
know. I don't
that
know.
means Argyle ain't that smart to begin with either. If the intelligence tracks to the original.
Yeah.
I just want to say as well, that whole culture is based on the slogan of all is ours. I don't feel like there really is an end goal or a stopping point for a war machine or a mindset like that, if that makes sense. If they see something, they'll take it, no matter how long it it takes or whatever, because they themselves are probably one of, if not like the oldest civilization in the universe. Would you agree? Like, 'cause they live for thousands
They
and
can't
thousands of
be.
years.
Nah, I refuse to believe they're that old, being that ignorant. You can't
Yeah,
be.
how do
right?
they stay? Yeah, how do they stay that? Hold on, because even if we think about it, yeah, you know people in your life, right?
It's that
We
deep.
know, yeah, but we know people in our lives, right? Yeah, that have traveled or they've met friends from different social backgrounds and they're enriched by it or they're
Yeah.
mature through it or traveling, going to uni, going on holiday to different countries, trying different foods. Like your mind expands.
Expands.
Yeah, but
Do you
these
know?
guys,
Do you know who's enriched by
And
that
that's
sort
the
of
thing.
thing? Nolan and Thaddeus.
yes.
Of course, there was gonna come a time when that, like, okay, there would be a Viltrumite who would think differently or be different, but that's how the indoctrination process kind of works. However, in saying that, like Thaddeus, right? He's over 5,000 years old, based on what I've seen or what I've thing. So, and he's the only one. I don't know. Maybe he saw something, um, been through an instance similar to like Nolan, where he was like, you know what,
That's the
I can't
impression
keep
I
going
got
like this,
during their
right?
meeting. That was the impression that I got.
Yeah, he must have seen something or had an experience that changed him, or and I think they actually mentioned it. It was like ever since he came back from a certain region in space, he just wasn't the same. He's had these like different like what do you call them?
Yeah, but
Like a different
Different
idea, an idea that
perspective.
kind of
yeah,
goes
but they're
against the
all
regime.
traveling to different parts of the galaxy, and they're all and they're all living for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
why
like
is
I
it not
said,
filtering through to
that's
the
just
rest of
how,
them?
but that's just how their leadership works. Like Argyle he has them all trained from when they are kids, right? But this is all they know, from what I can tell. I don't we don't know, or generally don't know what it was that changed him or thing. We know what changed Nolan, right? But we don't
Or
know exactly
maybe
what made the shift in Thaddeus.
it's nothing. Nothing will change you like a good woman.
Probably,
Maybe.
maybe.
But yeah, like getting to the bottom of it. Them Viltrumites are idiots, man.
Yeah, I totally didn't get it. But what did we think about Frag's power?
I was impressed, especially considering I had low expectations of him.
One of the things that
Well,
flipping got my eyes wide open is the fact that he can draw back for an uppercut, and that wind was strong enough to suck Nolan forward,
Yeah,
so he could eat that uppercut. And let's remember, Nolan stood next to a black hole, flew close to it, and saved the ship from falling into it.
yeah,
So this guy's this right. The uppercut might have caught Nolan by surprise, which is why it might have been able to suck him in the way it did. But fuck me, man, he got lifted. It was like it was like he came onto the planet as a meteor and he left the planet as a meteor. Do you know what I mean? Like
I enjoyed.
Let's say,
And not only
I
that,
just want to say
the
something else
Force,
on that
the
as
Force
well.
knocked that guy out of the way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he didn't see. He didn't see.
I just
or
want to say
perceive
something
Nolan
as well.
coming. Yeah, go on.
I want you to also keep in mind, Thrag survived alleged, or we assume he was one of the Viltrumites to have been infected by the Scourge virus, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there. Yeah.
I didn't think he
Based
was.
on like the
Are you sure he weren't there?
listen, but thinking if he
I
was,
thought-
if he
I always
was,
thought he was like locked away because he was getting all the intelligence reports from the other Viltrumites that was moving around with the virus. I thought he was kept in a secure place where it didn't get to him.
Maybe he was, but
he still
he
has
still
to
survived.
convene with like other
He's still
people,
there.
right? I was
Sorry,
just no, because the point I was trying to make was if he was infected and he just managed to beat out the virus, imagine how strong he would have been before the virus. If that makes sense. If this is what we're seeing now.
Yeah,
I
and they
don't know.
did say-
We
they did
can't
say he was
confirm.
Fred.
We can't confirm if he caught the virus or not, though, can we?
No,
I'm saying like just
but he
imagine
did
it.
say
though.
just imagine.
Yeah. But
And-
but in terms of him being bred to be stronger than all the others, and was it Argyle that put that into motion?
Who's Argyle?
Maybe
Argyle
probably.
is that skull. Because then again,
Because
I'm
he looks-
asking to what purpose are they making him that strong?
For prestige.
In a sense, he was probably as the successor, or he was groomed or probably brought up to be the successor to Argyle, if anything were to happen. Because, like they said in the episode, until or the next person his bloodline is discovered, I will be the standing in thing. And who else is gonna? And who was gonna oppose that? Like,
No one would have been able to.
I would have liked to see someone oppose it. That he was decent. Was he the one that killed the dude?
was they just killed Argyle.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's why he's known as the betrayer.
Yeah, Optimus Prime killed him.
Ooh, also, just want to touch on that as well. Did you guys notice who Argyle's voice actor is?
No.
Who?
It's Frank Welker.
Who? Oh, Megatron.
Oh,
yeah, it's
snap.
Megatron.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, I didn't.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's in the credits as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that slipped past me.
Yeah. I like
I
that.
wasn't expecting that. I'll be honest. But I like that. I like it as a touch.
I love when they
was a
do
nice
that.
touch.
I love when they do that. Bring them two back together.
Now, one thing that I was thinking about was Nolan and Thaddeus. Did they know how strong Freddie Mercury was?
Yeah, because
They knew he was stronger than them, but did they know how much
They knew
stronger?
to that extent.
yeah,
Because let's be honest, right? Do you remember when Apocalypse said to that dude, "I'm as far beyond mutants as they are beyond you"?
yeah,
Right? He was like an Omni-Man's Omni-Man.
yeah.
He was
Because
treating
Mark said-
Omni-Man like how Omni-Man was treating Mark in the first season.
Yeah, because Mark even said in his video call to thing where he's like, even my dad's shook. And
So
while they
I'm
were
just-
fighting, he was saying, "Do not try to fight him on your own."
But it's
I wonder where we're gonna come back to this.
Yeah, and he
Because,
said, "Don't get gassed and try to step to him."
Yeah, but then what was their plan for taking him down? Because I don't know.
To jump him.
Jump him.
That's the
I
plan.
don't even,
Jump
I
him.
don't even know if that wouldn't even, I don't even think that would
wouldn't have
work.
It was
not gonna work.
jump him, use the serum to weaken him, and maybe even blast him with the space gun. Because notice he had no intention of tanking that space gun. He moved out of the way every time.
Yeah.
So we know that it at least hurts him. It might not penetrate through his like through and through, but we know it hurts him because he moved out of the way every time. But yeah, he's smooth. He moves just enough to evade. His blows are clean. They look like finishes in from a video game.
Mm.
I enjoyed when he knocked Nolan into terror, and then when he blasted him into orbit. I enjoyed that. I was like, yo, like
One more thing I want to say on that. Punch. I've been thinking, is that because when he did do that to him, Nolan was more so confused. Like, wait, like we can do that? And I think it's because I think it might be related to the flight ability. Because how they say they like contract or they control like they're like gravitational and like the electromagnetic field or something like that.
I can't remember. I didn't see it as a surprise. That he could do that. I saw it as this is gonna hurt. Do you understand? Like the shock. Like he really wound that up, and he's like, "Nah, this is gonna hurt." Because he didn't even
talking about the uppercut.
Yeah, like he didn't even attempt to block it. He was just like, you know, when you see something coming and you're just frozen, So instead of reacting to it, you're just like, and let's be honest, Nolan tanked it.
Yeah.
Like everyone can say what they want. Like he gave him even when the first punch, he got up and had a straight up conversation with him. He's like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would have outright killed some people, and it would have taken other people out of the fight. And this is coming from someone that he's shook of, and he tanked it. But
and not only that, you got to remember when they're fighting in space, they're holding their breath.
Yeah,
and they're fighting.
Yeah. Like he tanked it, and he still had energy to fight as well. And
one more thing. Sorry, go on. Now you finished, can you?
I was just going to move on to say that the second reason I almost turned it off was when he held that spear, and because remember all leading up to episode 7, I was like, I got a feeling he's gonna die. And then when he held that spear, I was like, is this it for me? Is this the Vegeta in the Tournament of Power moment where I just check out?
Oh, shit. But I know I don't want us to go all the way back though, but one thing did come back into my mind was the first victim of the first Viltrumite victim of the dark.
Yeah, because they didn't realize what he was going to do to them, did they? What's this?
But that was also a black Viltrumite.
Yes, it was. I forgot to bring that up because we kind of like glazed over that part and moved on to everything else. I did want to mention that as well, where I was just like twice in one episode. I mean, it's probably more than once in every episode, but because it was today, it was just like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, but some of them other ones got rocked as well. So
yeah,
you know, it wasn't just them. But
yeah,
you know, but there's a lot.
Yeah, go on.
There's a lot of people of color in the Viltrumite race, isn't there?
There's a lot of what?
People of color. It's
a mixed society, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like fully mixed. It doesn't look like there's a few tokens. It looks like literally, metropolitan, cosmopolitan kind of society. I do like that. I mean,
Yeah, but it's not really a society, is it? Because it's dog eat dog at the end of the day. I win. It's dog eat dog.
I mean, they've got buildings and stuff, so some sort of society. They have hierarchies. It's not the best society, but it is somewhat.
So Nolan had the idea to just pierce the planet using Space Racer's gun, and the three of them formed like Voltron and flew through the planet. Fucking hell, I didn't see that coming.
I didn't
see that coming at all, man. I was just like, that episode was really good. Like that. Once the action started, yeah, you had your little calm before the storm at the beginning, but once the flipping action for that fight started, man, it felt very much for keeps. Like I was on the edge for like everyone, even Space Racer when he got cornered.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I was like, fucking hell, man. I thought this is the Red Rush. I thought that I was going to be a Red Rush moment.
I thought that was it.
Because like when Red Rush dies,
yeah,
that was it for the Guardians, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen, man. I was like, fucking hell.
I thought it was curtains for Space Racer.
But I don't know what happened to Battle Beast, because the last time I saw him, he tried it with Frag, but Frag ripped off his jetpack and threw him into space. So I don't know.
Did he?
I don't know if we saw him. I don't know if we saw him at the end of the episode. Did we?
Wait, what was I looking at when that happened?
Because when he got thrown out, Nolan was flying back in.
Yeah.
I must have looked away. I didn't see that.
I don't remember seeing him for the rest of the episode.
The last time I saw Battle Beast was someone attacked him. He dodged it and clapped him in the back of the head with his pipe.
Was the knife lady
with the knife in her head?
Yeah, that was the last thing I saw. I didn't see his backpack get.
Did she survive?
Because when Frag came onto the field, he started running through all of them. And this is also, I think we're going to come back to this as well. When because remember, Nolan said to Oliver, "Don't fight him alone." And what did Oliver do? He ran straight in, got his hand broke, and then he backhanded him, or he must have punched him so hard.
It was a
tore
backhand.
Off his jaw, and his arm came off in the same instance.
It was a backhand. He told him, "Shut your mouth."
His jaw was fucking twisted, boy.
Didn't even spin it 360. He took it clean off. The hand came with it. The hand came with it. We don't, I might have to watch it back because I don't want to make sweeping statements that are incorrect. But I don't know how that happened. But he got a backhand, lost his jaw and his arm. Doesn't that tell you he isn't ready for this?
Yeah. Now,
when I was saying that he should have stayed at home, does that not back it up? Twice now. Twice. Every time he goes to fight, Nolan and Mark are not at 100% because they keep looking over their shoulder to see what this boy's doing. Should have left him at home, man. Next time he gets packed up like that, they should just get FedEx to send him home.
As well, it's a case of he's too eager to try and prove himself. If that makes sense.
Like, and he wasn't even training arc. Yeah. And he wasn't even good enough on Earth.
Nolan.
Yeah. Sorry to keep speaking over you.
Even then.
I'll just say this quickly. He wasn't even good enough on Earth.
Yeah. Because I was just about to say, well, what qualifies Tech Jacket to be there? But at least she was good on Earth.
Tech Jacket. basically the people that left Earth were the best Earth had to offer, wasn't it?
Mm.
So Oliver wasn't even the best on Earth. Like I would have taken Monster Girl over Oliver.
Because
But yeah,
to
Can't
go
hear
too
you.
far off topic. Okay, not to go too far off topic. There was
Mm.
points in season 3 or 2, I think it was season 3, where Mark was even surprised at how like fast Oliver actually is. So that right there should have shown, okay, there's potential there. But the problem with that and this is the fact that from what I've seen, Invincible's power scaling or whatever is kind of all over the place. Because going back to the planet thing, how is it that he can fly through the core of the planet, but he's still getting slashed up by like the Dinosaurus guy or Mr. Liu? Like
who Oliver?
it doesn't really make sense.
Mark,
Yeah.
he's talking about. That's true.
Well, Mr. Liu's magic, innit? So physical power is irrelevant because you can, you know, like in video games where you got like hacks, like passive hacks, active hacks that can increase damage, crit damage, all that kind of thing. That's
Then
something.
counterpoint to that, them robots that was beating the shit out of him, right? Can they destroy? Is they strong enough to do the same thing? Because then they're
What's
putting out more output than the
But
planet
don't
that
forget,
Vulcan Max
space
4 is
race.
beating. And
what
that's the
season?
time.
What season are the robots from?
But the ones before that came to when Flaxen invaded for like the 4th time, the Flaxens, right? And they said, "Oh, we made these suits specifically to fight Omni Man." They was piecing him up.
Alien tech.
The energy from Space Racer's gun is taking out most of the planet debris in front of the minute.
Mm.
So that's probably
But he's
why
still
they were
flying through the
able to
core of the
survive
planet.
flying through a planet, because even they should be dead. Do you remember when one of those Mark variants tried that shit on Earth and he died?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, you know what I mean? They shouldn't have been able to do that, but because that energy blast, they were following that energy blast in, that was probably taking out most of the damage for them.
And there was three of them.
And we've seen Mark survive in lava before.
And there's 3 of them, so it multiplies.
Mm.
We don't know that it's a linear multiplication. It could be X times, not just, you know, the power of 3. So,
but it was interesting that Freddie Mercury got blown back by the impact, but those 3 didn't.
yeah, because they brought
like
up
working
a
together
head of
then.
steam, haven't they?
Mm.
Like all their mass was traveling at speed in one direction, whereas he was just hovering, wasn't he?
Nah, he was diving straight after
He was going for him straight.
He blew past the other Viltrumites to try and get to them.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different part. Yeah, you're right, but he weren't ready for prime time, was he? Can the 3? Well, I was gonna say, can the 3 of them fight him, but obviously not.
It still seems very inconsistent because you said Mark's been able to survive in lava or before, right?
Yeah.
And with his suit, but the suit didn't survive. The suit didn't survive getting buttoned up in the Viltrumite planet.
We don't know the density of the planet. We can't. The thing is, a lot of times, you guys are asking questions like, "Oh, how come this? How come that?" And you're trying to apply real world physics to something that hasn't had their physics or their mathematics or their science explained. Do you see what I mean? Like if we know the density of their Earth, then we can make comparisons. But we don't have raw statistics to make comparisons with. All we've got is inferences. So we can say, oh, this withstood that, but it didn't withstand this. So all we can do is say, at this point in time, this is the benchmark for whatever. Do you see what I mean? And we don't even know how good Mark's suit is. For all we know, the original suit was made of a better material than the last one, and the last one was just like ceremonial, and he decided to put it on and use it to fight in, where it was just like, I made you a nice suit that looked like your old
By
suit.
the same person.
Yeah, it's made by the same person. We don't know it's
Made
the same
by the same
material,
person.
but we don't know it's the same material. Look at Batman; he's got all his suits lined up in on display, but they're not all equal quality, are they? Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Even down to Iron Man armors, they're not all the equal quality. That's why they've got different marks, and that's why they're all different
Improve upon, improve upon
yeah,
each other.
different iterations.
Like,
Yeah. So this one's got nano machines, this one's got whatever, this one's thin, this one's thick, this works underwater, this one doesn't. We're looking at it as a suit's a suit, but we don't know. One might be, and if we are going to use real world, you look at armor, some armor stops bullets, but they're not stab proof. Some of them are stab proof.
Again, I don't think it, but I still don't think it comes down to Mr. Liu just having magic claws. I think he just turns into a dragon. That's it. But it's not like a Superman. I don't think it's like a Superman. Oh,
Yeah, but Mr.
and
Liu is certainly
like Shazam type of thing.
Yeah, I
even,
think
I can't
he is
think of
though.
other instances.
His powers are from some mystical element towards it. It's not a mutation.
Yeah. So you
We
can't
haven't
discount
seen
that.
them more specifically, even in the same instance, like you said, we don't know the physics. We also haven't seen them say, "Oh, Viltrumites in this in like Superman logic, they're just weak to magic in that aspect, or resistant to magic, or something like that." I don't know. As far as we know, Mr. Liu just turns into a dragon,
Yeah, but
but
they
he
don't
gets
need
like
to be
strength and stuff. Also,
they don't
as a
need to be
heel,
weak to magic. Being weak to magic means that they get debuffed. Do you see what I mean?
we've
Him
also
him
seen
having
other.
magic means
Mhm.
him having magic means he has magic and he uses magic. That's where his power comes from. Whereas if they were weak to magic, they'd be debuffed the same way a rock is a rock is a rock is a rock, unless it's green kryptonite to Superman. Do you see what I mean? Green kryptonite is a debuff. He's weak to that, whereas he's not weak to rocks. So if there's a rock big enough and you smash him over the head with it, it hurts, but he's not debuffed by rocks.
Extreme force.
Does that make
Yeah, enough
sense?
force. Right, but in that same aspect, then going back to the Flaxen suits, that stuff, as far as we can tell, they were just punching him up. There was no, we didn't know if there's like a special property, or it didn't explicitly state, yeah, this is like with the bug, that bug juice. This makes them weak enough. They just made a suit which they figured would be strong enough to beat up Omni Man, right? But like I said, how are we going from that? And then the planet, okay, the planet thing, I'll agree because in aspect of it's a team effort. So I do feel like to some extent it's kind of divided up, like the effort what was needed. But still, I don't know, man. It is kind. I feel like there's some kind of consistency to it. Um, but one other thing I do kind of want to touch on as well, not to go too far into power scaling a bit, is with the production. They did the same thing with in the Conquest fight where they apply like the impact frame. So
Yeah,
after
yeah,
Thrag nips off Oliver's jaw, oh,
yeah.
just to comment again, I said in the previous episode based on an old saying, and it's like he gonna do and do until he don't. Well, I don't think he want to do no more. As Oliver, I mean. But yeah, when he ran at him, he was like, "Oh, I killed Conquest," and he was like, "Show me." Man,
Yeah, that was hard.
the internet was right. The internet was right. I have never seen someone block a punch with their hairline and break someone's wrist in the same motion.
I have actually in real life, but yeah, that was clean. Some some street fighters actually teach you to block like that. It's obviously very difficult, but do you know what I mean? But that was clean. Thrag, yeah. He if the Invincible video fighting game is any good, I'm definitely gonna check out Thrag to see if he's got some of those moves in his moveset. He did impress me. I like Thrag.
You see the skull, the death mask, impact thing when he hit him.
Yeah,
that was a nice touch as well.
That was clean. That was.
Oh, what when Mark went to punch him and then you saw that demon flash. That
yeah,
you're talking about. Yeah, that was that was good.
That was clean. Like like in basically everywhere where it's like show don't tell. Thrag today was show don't tell. It was like he is above. At this point, he's above anybody that we've seen in Invincible, and his moveset was demonstrating it. So there wasn't no exposition where people were like, oh my God, that hurt me so much. No one's ever punched me that hard. Or, that kind of stuff. There was none of that. It was shown in Nolan's face. It was shown in the moves. It was shown with like how people reacted to the moves that he used on them. Yeah. Thrag is doing his thing. And I'm gonna enjoy when whoever punches him up. Because if he dies and not through hand-to-hand combat, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
It's interesting how he was trying to give Nolan another chance, but then it's like, what else is he gonna do? Because he's already reduced their numbers to such a ridiculous level that you can't afford to throw away good Viltrumites.
Yeah. And at this point, he's probably still above most of the other ones that are alive.
Mm.
So yeah, like if
you mean Nolan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can turn him back, why wouldn't you? Like even allowed Mark as well.
Mm.
So he must see the potential in Mark. He's probably been hit by other people before, and he just gauged. Like he's like, all right, this punch can't do nothing to me, but scaling against other people, this was a decent punch.
With Flag, like letting them live, I feel like it also just comes back to the fact that like
but
he lives and breathes the Viltrumite creed, right? And like you said, they did it to themselves. I don't know if it's like the snake eating his own tail. Eventually, like what else is they gonna do?
Yeah, but he's gonna tolerate. He would tolerate Mark more because Mark can pass for a Viltrumite.
Yeah.
Like, let's think about it, right? Yeah. There's 50 Viltrumites left and the whole galaxy to govern, yeah. That takes a lot of resources over how many of them there are. Now, if you look at the Oliver model, yes, Oliver's not as strong, but the fact that they can go from child to adulthood in almost no time at all, they could at least have a buffer army through the Fraxon race, but they don't want to do that because the Fraxons can't pass as Viltrumites. Do you see what I mean? It's that it's still that inner bigotry in them.
They can pass as Viltrumites. I'm literally looking at Oliver and Nolan right now.
He's pink.
So I see pink people on the street every day.
We'll say so, but if you think about it, yeah, from a supremacist ideology where it's all about a quote unquote clean bloodline, etc. Do you remember when Lucan first laid eyes on Oliver and how disgusted he was?
Yeah.
They wouldn't comprehend that. They wouldn't even acknowledge or accept that. It's almost like them olden back in the day, them olden like racist and slave masters or whatever, and you had a child who was a product of a slave owner from some next plantation, but she's trying to embed herself in society now. When they realize, oh, you're black, how they just turn on them, and that's exactly what the Viltrumites would do to the half Fraxons. But Mark can pass for Viltrumite, so they will tolerate him more. They'll give him more leeway. Do you see what I mean?
I don't think it's a skin color, because if it was, you wouldn't see so many of them people of color in the Viltrumite.
No. I'm not saying the skin
Like
color.
for me,
No. But the skin color in Oliver's case sets him apart as being part that's not human, because he's part insect, isn't he?
yeah, but they don't care whether you're human or not. What they care about is can you make strong offspring? And them going to Thraxon, and they seeing like these pacifist insect like people, and they didn't fight back. That's what the problem was. Do you understand? Like if Oliver was as strong as Mark, nobody would have a problem. It's just that he's not as strong as Mark, and because if I'm correct, Mark is the first half human, half Viltrumite, and he came out nice, and everybody's like, yeah, he's good. Do you understand? Whereas,
how would you compare? What's that noise?
TV.
Oh, I don't know what that was. How would you compare Oliver's strength now to Mark's strength in season 1?
Don't know, because
I think he's still faster. I think he's faster than him. Like it's been stated that he's faster, but I don't think it's a case of them being the same strength. I think it's the case that like Oliver just makes stupid decisions. If he was a bit smarter about it, like for example, he could probably hold his own against some of the Viltrumites and actually use the training he just had, put it to good work. But he doesn't.
Yeah, but
Oliver's
beatdowns, how different are they to Mark's beatdowns when he first went up against Battle Beast? I don't think it's any different.
Maybe not, but
he has the luxury of like again his dad and his brother who have been doing just the fighting shit the thing a lot longer. They're like, okay, maybe I should listen or take on what they're being said, because they've already been through the gauntlet of the crucible, right? And he's going into war. He knows what to expect. So you'd imagine or expect him to, okay, maybe I should actually listen to like the strongest of us on how to approach the situation. Because then, if not, what this was do now. Hopefully, after losing his jaw, the bottom half of his jaw, and his arm, he can kind of think to himself, okay, like, need to be alive, right? Maybe I should actually reconsider how I go about things, or especially in like from a fighting standpoint.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that point,
well, this is my point on that.
For whether he's comparable to Mark back then, the people they're fighting right now are above the people Mark was fighting back then. So it doesn't matter. He could have been even marginally stronger than Mark was at the same point in his career. It's not good enough. Do you see what I mean? It's not good enough. And his attitude's all wrong also, like what Mal was saying. And I was going to make another point, but I can't remember it now. Yeah, the speed. Being faster also doesn't matter. Like, is he faster in a straight line? Because if his reflexes aren't fast enough, if he doesn't have the battle IQ, or he doesn't have the strength behind his punches, that speed doesn't matter either.
I agree.
So Oliver's below mid. Can he get better? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe because we were speculating that they got that saying Kanzai boost in it. Like once they get punched up, they come back stronger. So I'm expecting Oliver to be very strong very soon because he loses the same way Mark was losing every fight in season 1. Oliver's losing every fight also.
Yeah, but we actually saw Mark train in some of the seasons. Do you remember when he was bench pressing that mountain?
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever seen, apart from that thing with Omni-Man, I don't think we've ever seen Oliver train.
And that's again another point that I'm getting at. Like, he doesn't belong. He doesn't belong.
You know what he needs? Do you know what they both need actually?
Who's the other
They need to
person?
start using the Viltrumite top.
Yeah, that's clean.
When they use when a Viltrumite
Knife
starts
hand.
losing, like I said, they'll either jump or they'll start using the knife hand.
Or the spear.
Because I haven't seen Mark use the knife hand once.
Yeah, but that's killing's the last resort for him, isn't it?
I get it. But
Like,
in this,
he'd rather
he's
not.
now they're in an instance where it's kill or be killed now.
Yeah. But at least he can fight.
Because he looked shook. In that part where he was up against Frag and he realized there's nothing I can do against this guy, and then the fight or flight thing kicked in, he looked panicked while he was trying to find any way to try and escape, man. He just looked like, what the fuck? And he tried to run.
Instant regret.
And that's the thing. He didn't want to even go to that war. He didn't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? So number one, you don't want to be there, and number two, your little brother's tagging
He didn't want to be there.
No, he didn't.
Because he said
he didn't. Nolan said, "If you don't go up there, they'll come down here." He didn't want to be there.
Oliver wanted to be there more than he did.
Yeah. Mark didn't want to be there at all. Oliver wanted to be there.
He's about Mark. Yeah. He didn't have a choice. Well, either way, they didn't really have a choice.
Oliver had a choice because they even told him to stay. He had a choice.
Yeah.
That was the choice. Stay. And he chose to go. Mark was essentially, coerced into going. He's like, stop them before they get here, or you fight them all here. That was his choice. Oliver was expected to stay.
I don't know what Earth could do against just even the handful of Viltrumites that's left, because Freddie Mercury, like they ain't got, as Cecil ain't got nothing up his sleeve that could deal with Freddie Mercury.
He needs to pick up the phone and call Nick Fury and the Watchtower.
I don't know what the fuck he needs to do, but boy, there ain't nothing he can do.
He needs to call Shield and the Justice League. That's what he needs to do.
I mean, it's not even just them. What's he gonna say to Mark? Because Mark will ask him probably at least once, why was Conquest alive?
Yeah, when Mark gets back to Earth, I think he beats the shit out of Cecil.
He can't catch him.
Or Cecil's just gonna end up staying away from him.
Yeah, because he can teleport. You can't catch him.
I don't know, man. But maybe. Is there anything else key from the episode that we want to bring out?
Yeah, I just gloss over how I was going to turn it off when Omni-Man held the spear. Oh no, I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah, you already said that.
I'm gonna say
that's how you can tell it really it really touched me. I was like, Omni-Man, no.
That headbutt that Mark held over and flipping out, man, I thought it was lights out for him as well.
Mm-hmm. Man's always getting his eyes poked out as well, isn't he?
No, I don't think I've seen that before.
Someone else wasn't it? Conquest that was trying to dig out his eyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
We also want to talk about.
And
like I said,
another black vulture might went out that way.
Yeah, yeah. Just before Mark's arms dropped and he was out, I really thought he was gonna use the spear.
On Mark.
No, on Freddie Mercury.
Right.
I thought he was going to use the spear in desperation, but he just gave up.
thing as well, when after they blew up the planet, and then all the Viltrumites pretty much just watched as their home world like died. I feel like in that instance there, they all to some degree, I thought, had a realization of, damn, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
I
I don't even know if they felt
No,
that.
I doubt. No, I don't think so. After that happened, you know,
like, the surprise on their face was like,
yeah,
like,
but
it was-
didn't you
it was-
notice? Yeah, but after that though, didn't you notice that they started to fight even harder?
Yeah, but for me, it was a shock. It was just like, we're not as powerful as we think we
Yeah.
are, and we're homeless. And then there was like anger, like rage. Rage is the word I'm looking for. Like they were fighting with rage. But once that wears off, where are they going?
Yeah, that's true.
Their ships were on that planet. They're gonna have to go and conquer another planet. But is there enough of them to take a whole planet? There might be, but do you see what I mean?
they're going to Earth now.
Well, Earth is closed, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if they go to Earth, are they going to go to Earth in the same way they went to other planets, like, and overtly try and conquer it, or are they going to think to themselves, okay, then let's be a bit more tactical about this? Because even Prime said to them in that meeting, if we just stop being cruel to these people and actually work with them, we'll find that we will also benefit from their uplifting as well. But they couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, are they going to apply a different tactic?
Nah.
when they come to
I
Earth?
think if they go to Earth, not many of them are going anywhere else. Because I can't even say going home. I don't think many of them leave. Unless they leave in a body bag.
I guess. Yeah.
Aliens don't seem to learn that in any media written by a human, you don't go Earth if you want to survive. There should be a key. There should be a danger. Beware of Earthlings sign on Earth. They don't get it. They don't get it. Like, even going back to the Martians, how many times they tried to invade?
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? They got superb tech, and they send hundreds and thousands, possibly, at Earth, and like a team of 5-6 people repel them every time. Earthlings are weak. Don't get me wrong, but if Viltrumites are still on Earth when Omni-Man's crew arrives, they're going in a body bag.
Well, that's even if you can find them. Because let's say, for example, they're on a planet with 7 billion people that look like them. They could be anywhere.
But they're going there to try and take over.
And that's what I'm saying. Is the tactic going to be the same? Because let's say, for example, do you remember when we was listening to Darth Plagueis? Right? Plagueis' species could live for like 200-300 Earth years, right? Yeah, and in that time, he amalgamated so much influence in the financial sector that he could basically move. When he wasn't the Dark Lord, he could basically move through any society and political realm because of it. What if they take a tactic like that?
But they can't, because that takes intelligence and patience. Their thing is all is ours, and we go and punch people. Go there for all we know.
But that mentality has led them to where they are now. They're gonna have to adapt.
But they won't. That's the point I'm getting at. You don't go from your master's funeral, we have a bloodbath and kill each other, to Darth Plagueis and Bane in 1 week, or by the time
Not
in
1 week. No, definitely not in 1 week. But
do you see what I'm saying?
But they've got time on their side, haven't they?
They don't, because there's only what? Let's say there's only 5 of them, or 30. How many do we think's left?
I reckon there's about 10 left.
25, 20. Because
Right, yeah.
remember, most of them a good few of them probably died in that war leading up to the ambush.
And I'm sure well, I say I'm sure, we saw some of them die there as well, yeah? So between 10 and 25 of them, right? Led by Thrag, led by the way Thrag is thinking. Which one of those do you think has the intelligence and has the strategy to be able to do what you're suggesting? Do you see why I believe the percentage is so low, right? So what I'm saying is they're gonna go there and try and fight. And I'm even thinking by the time they get to Earth, Rex and Beast Girl might even be back. They're not leaving. For all we know, this is the end of Thrag. Come to Earth, get bodied. I'm calling it, man. They're getting bodied. They might leave. They're not winning. They're not winning on Earth. They're not taking it over.
The good guys are going to need something to even the playing field, because we've seen, even with what they got now, it's not enough.
Well, look, like I said, less than 10 minutes ago, Earth ain't got nothing. Yeah, what they've got is in space, but that's when they left. We don't know what technology Rex is coming back with, for one, and for two, as far as we can tell, them people are walking, because I don't think anyone's gonna let them hitchhike. And Nolan's crew have got spaceships, so they'll either get there first or they get there shortly after. Then Viltrumites back themselves into a corner.
All right then.
How do you go from an empire to three of your own people smashing your planet up and saying suck it like they're DX?
Very good question. Right, we've been going
That's
for
what
an
I say.
hour. Huh?
Just also wanted to say, rest in peace, Optimus Prime. Because after the planet blew up, and everyone had their reaction, which also, speaking of reaction, Anissa is the only one who didn't have like a surprise. Well, was it surprise?
Scared look.
I think she had a different reaction to the rest of them. Or
She looked angry. The other ones looked scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not on Optimus Prime's team, so why would she care?
No, we're talking about when the planet blew up.
I'm thinking about
when the planet blew up.
Yeah.
No. When I was thinking her reaction was different, because when everyone was like, when Mark said, "Oh, I killed Conquest," everyone is like surprised, but she's like, she looks more interested, or in a way. But I don't know.
I think she likes him.
Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe she does.
But
I mean, they skipped over something from the comics, but since it's not in the anime, I won't bring it up. But yeah, I think she's like, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because the whole thing is
culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in their culture. It's like, what? You smashed up. You smashed. What? Not only did you smash him up, you actually killed him. All right, cool, innit? Have my child. You're strong enough.
Yeah.
How did you guys react to Optimus Prime getting done like that?
I was like, yo, because
he was like,
He got
He was
treated like
dead.
Oliver.
Literally, I didn't expect him to go down that quickly though, because he
I
just
I think Frank just caught him off guard. I think
Yeah,
he
obviously,
caught him
but
off guard.
but his head was, bro.
he
Like
did catch him off
those
guard.
ones.
But still, like he got treated like them dudes in Darth Sidious chambers. You go to fight somebody and you don't even get to move.
Man. This is what makes me think like that whole let's just go jump this dude was never gonna work in the first place.
They even said that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Some of them, they're like, we're gonna do what? Nah, we're gonna get him while he's not prepared. You had so much time fighting other people. He had time to prepare. He had time to prepare a speech if he wanted to, but he didn't. He didn't. Well, he gave Nolan a private speech, didn't he? So yeah, he had plenty of time. But yeah,
How was
he
he
went
not
outside.
aware of this though? Again, I know people mentioned it, but like he's fought with it. How is he not gonna anticipate? Again, maybe he was hiding it. Maybe he was hiding this kind of thing. But yeah.
What, the
Anyway,
speed blitz?
yeah, like because they said they fought with each other and they've known each other for like a pretty long time. So it's like, how were you not prepared for that?
Might have been a passive hack, innit? Debuffed his defense or his reaction time.
Yeah, but this is kind of leading into what I was saying earlier. Like, what was the plan for fighting this guy?
Jump him. That's what Viltrumites do.
That must have been it. Don't
The
fight
only
him alone.
Viltrumite I know that doesn't pure blood. The only pure blood Viltrumite I know that doesn't jump people, Nolan. All them other
Nolan's
people
been
love jumping. Love jumping people, man. Yeah, man. That Optimus Prime dude went outside. He really did. He really did. Got his head snatched. It wasn't even like the chop, and then the head disappeared. Literally got it snatched. And then and then Freddie Mercury's like, yeah, man.
like a melon.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, got my revenge. And then just pops in. He went outside. All that talking, 4 seasons of talking. We need to get revenge. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna poison them if they whatever they need to die now. Man bust off his robe and showed off his 24-inch pythons like Hulk Hogan, and then just got moved to. Sad, man. Sad. They all got wrecked.
Next week?
Say again?
Any thoughts on next week? How do you think it's going to play out?
Side quest.
That'll be the last episode.
It's only 8.
One. It's only
okay.
8. That's why.
Right. So there's no side quest. Okay. I think Earth is gonna get moved to, and it's gonna end on a cliffhanger. Like there's not gonna be a resolution, and the good guys aren't gonna win. It's gonna be a cliffhanger. Like Earth is gonna get beat up.
I don't know what my predictions are, man. I think, I mean, they'll get back to Earth. Mark and them that will get back to Earth in the next episode, probably then. But yeah, I just don't know that the Viltrumites are going to be. I don't know that they're going to be that overt with the invasion yet. But I don't know. And I'm assuming they know. I'm assuming they no longer have holds on these other planets, so they can't even go anywhere to really, regroup or refuel or anything, can they? Really?
Yeah. For all we know, Alan might send the Confederation to Earth as backup.
Yeah.
I'll say though, like you said the cliffhanger, the next episode I think is literally called well, Don't Leave Me Hanging.
Oh, there you go.
Damn.
Someone needs to get wrecked because we need some sort of sense of satisfaction for because we've been waiting 8 episodes really, haven't we?
Yeah.
So somebody needs to get wrecked. And I'll be mad if it's a side story or like
Get another side mission. Yeah.
What if Enstrom Levy came back?
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad.
Bro, no.
Cause like in like how
Levy-
Bad Batch used to do that.
Yeah.
Like which season was it? Was it season 2 where the penultimate episode was just straight fire, and then the last episode was like really slow and yeah, I'm gonna be mad. But on that note, if Invincible's finishing next week, what are we gonna pick up?
Well, we got Darth Maul's probably about 3 or 4 episodes in now.
What? It's already started?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only seen the first episode.
Wow, I'm behind. Clearly, because I didn't know it started.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyone been watching Daredevil?
I haven't seen that.
No. I haven't seen the first season, to be honest.
I haven't seen it since they moved to Disney.
Daredevil is always coming out of retirement. That's all I know. Him and the Punisher, I don't know what their problem is in the MCU. Always coming out of retirement. All right, so what? So what we gonna pick up then? More?
The only thing I've really been watching is The Boys. That's in their final season right now.
I don't know nothing about it. I never watched it, so I can't contribute.
Well, we could do The Boys on Real Din Malik. That'd be fine. I don't mind doing Darth Maul, but I don't know that Malik's a Star Wars fan like that.
In Star Wars, listen, if you like them Viltrumite dudes, you're gonna like more.
I mean, I do watch some. I've seen some of them. Like I will watch the Boba Fett one.
Yeah, but that was mid. That was mid. That's not a good representation. They did
outside the extended universe is cool. I don't just strictly I like the fact there's more than just the movies out there.
They did Boba Fett dirty, man. So if you didn't really like that, that's a bad portrayal of the character.
I think that's pretty much it on Invincible. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
I can't think of anything else that was key that was worth discussing. I think we covered all the main bits. But yeah, I don't know where the Viltrumites go from here. And if the Viltrumites are nerfed, then what's the threat? Then I wonder where the show goes.
I got a prediction.
You guys aren't interested in side quests, or what you call them. So I don't know where the show would go.
We're not interested in side quests. Is it that we have a glaring? Let's address the issue before we go into that. Side quests are cool if their own space or their own sort of like thing. Can't include that in the main runtime. If that makes sense.
I don't mind a side quest in the runtime if it's part of an existing episode. If you're dedicating entire episodes to side quests in an 8 episode series, I'm not happy, because 8 episodes is enough for tight storytelling. You shouldn't have space for a side quest in 8 episodes, in my opinion. If it's like 20 episodes or what, and you're padding it out, then yeah, cool. 8 episodes and a side story, you're taking liberties with me. But my prediction is they save Earth, and in the future season, dude gives Omni-Man a suit.
His redemption, the full circle redemption type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he gets gloves and boots.
All right then. Well, I think we're nearly at the 2 hour mark now, aren't we?
Yeah, 155.
Shall we call it a day there?
Yeah.
All right then, cool. So we've got one more episode to do. So then next week will be our last stream on Invincible season 4. So tune back in to get our thoughts on that. All right, take care, guys. Good night.
Like, share, and subscribe. And
Like,
tell a
share,
friend.
and subscribe. Yeah, and tell a friend to tell a friend.
Stay reeled in.
All right, peace.